Good afternoon, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this afternoon, PNP condemns a proposal to remove Auditor General as IC Commissioner. People's National Party President Mark Golding has condemned what he describes as the continued attempts by the Andrew Holness-led administration to weaken and dismantle institutions established to probe corruption in government. He was responding to a decision by members of the Joint Select Committee reviewing the Integrity Commission Act to recommend that the Auditor General be removed as a commissioner of the Integrity Commission. The move was not supported by opposition members of the committee. Mr. Golding argued that the attempt to remove the Auditor General as a commissioner from the IC represents yet another calculated step in a broader pattern of deliberate, strategic, and dangerous assaults by the administration of Jamaica's anti-corruption architecture. He said that the Auditor General has been a member of Jamaica's principal integrity oversight bodies since independence. The opposition leader added that the JLP's argument for the removal of the Auditor General from this critical role is spurious, as there is no constitutional or other impediment to having the Integrity Commission audited by an independent professional audit firm, a well-established practice utilized by various public sector bodies.
This latest move must be seen in the context of a broader, deeply troubling pattern under the JLP government. Leading members of the government continuously attack the Integrity Commission. Everett Warmington MP has led a crusade of misinformation in an attempt to dismantle the Integrity Commission. Justice Minister Delroy Chuck provided misguided encouragement of parliamentarians not to submit statutory declarations, including the information for their spouses, which was a clear breach of their statutory duty under the Act. The Prime Minister himself has gone as far as to file a lawsuit to challenge the Integrity Commission Act itself. These are not isolated incidents. This is an unprecedented and dangerous trend that seeks to intimidate and discredit the very institutions tasked with promoting integrity in public life. These are deliberate and coordinated actions by a government that has shown increasing hostility to scrutiny and accountability. What we are witnessing is a step towards tyranny, as institutions which are designed to protect the people from financial abuse of power are being stripped of their independence, weakened, and politicized. The PNP will not allow this to continue. If the government carries through this latest move, the PNP, when in government, will restore the Auditor General as a commissioner of the Integrity Commission.
Deacon freed of fraud charges. A deacon who was implicated in a $2.1 million fraud surrounding forged battery warranty invoices has been acquitted of all charges in the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court. Conry Loney, 51, a former stock clerk at the Kingston Industrial Garage, walked free on Tuesday after he was found not guilty of conspiracy to defraud, uttering forged documents, obtaining goods by forged documents, and larceny as a servant. The charges stemmed from allegations that Loney submitted 117 forged battery warranty invoices, allowing more than $2 million worth of vehicle batteries to be fraudulently obtained from the dealership. Loney, who had been employed to KIG for 27 years, consistently denied the allegations. The deacon, who was represented by attorney at law Courtney Foster, had been on trial since October 2023. He was granted bail in 2022 in the sum of $500,000 following an application by his then attorney, Nicholas Edmond, who argued that Loney had no direct dealings with customers and was not in a position to commit the alleged fraud. Man seen in viral video of fatal shooting offered a bail. Attorneys argue self-defense. A utility company worker charged in connection with last month's fatal shooting of his neighbor, which was caught on camera, was on Thursday offered a $2 million bail when he appeared before the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court. The 52-year-old accused, Ishmael Davis, is charged with the murder of 57-year-old construction worker Norris Farquharson. As part of his bail condition, Davis was ordered to surrender his travel documents and reported to the police. A stop order has been imposed at all ports. Allegations are that about 7:10 a.m. on May 27, an argument developed between the two men along Tavern Avenue in St. Andrew. During the dispute, Davis reportedly used his licensed firearm to shoot Farquharson twice in the head. The incident was captured on CCTV and has since gone viral on social media. However, Davis's legal team, led by King's Counsel Peter Champagny and attorney Samuel Campbell, presented alternative video footage to the court, which they say shows a different perspective of the incident. According to the defense, the footage indicates that Davis may have acted in self-defense, as Farquharson appeared to be reaching for an item in his waistband during the confrontation. A knife was later recovered from the scene. Davis is scheduled to return to court on July 14, 2025, when the matter will again be mentioned. St. Mary woman charged for attempting to smuggle contraband into a Otter Bay lockup. A St. Mary woman was on Wednesday arrested and charged for attempting to smuggle ganja, alcohol and other contraband hidden in food containers into the lockup at the Otter Bay police station. Charged with introducing prohibited articles into a police lockup and the possession of ganja is 43-year-old businesswoman Tavia Whiteley of Otter Bay. Whiteley was denied a station bail. A date is to be set for her to appear before the St. Mary Parish Court. It is reported that around 2:30 p.m., the accused went to the police lockup to bring food to detainees. A search of food containers was conducted, which revealed a hidden package containing prohibited items, including alcohol and ganja. She was arrested and later charged. The St. Mary police remain committed to ensuring the safety of all lockups and continue to relentlessly pursue and apprehend offenders who engage in illegal activities, head of the St. Mary Division, Superintendent Anthony Wallace told the news. Delancey jabs back at Mackenzie over Negril market comments. Savannah Lamar Mayor Dan Reed Delancey has pushed back against the unfair criticism from local government minister Desmond Mackenzie regarding delays in the Negril fruit and vegetable market project. It is unfair to blame us for what we have no control over, Delancey said at Thursday's meeting of the Westmoreland Municipal Corporation. Mackenzie, during a recent site visit to both the market and the proposed vendor holding area, expressed a sharp disappointment with the lack of progress and questioned the handling of the project by the WMC, which Delancey chairs. Delancey explained that the WMC had followed the minister's directive to bypass Marling and proceed directly with paving a temporary area for vendors during the construction phase. A quotation was submitted in April 2024 with the understanding that the ministry would fund the work. However, the plans were only returned in February 2025 and the corporation has received no further instructions since. Mackenzie, during a recent site visit to both the market and the proposed vendor holding area, expressed a sharp disappointment with the lack of progress and questioned the handling of the project by the WMC, which Delancey chairs. I am very disappointed and I am being very kind with my words, Mackenzie told reporters, referencing the sluggish pace of the work. We are not getting the kind of support that is required for a very important project as this to move forward, said Mackenzie in a jab at the People's National Party-controlled WMC. But Delancey, who was speaking at Thursday's monthly meeting of the WMC, is contending that the corporation has fulfilled its obligations and is still awaiting directive from the local government ministry for further instructions. Delancey further stated that the WMC was not officially informed of Mackenzie's recent site visit, which he said raised further concerns about the context and motive of the trip. I had to check with our officers to confirm if we had been invited. When I found out we weren't, I said to myself, it must be a private or political visit, said Delancey. We're clearly in a campaign season, whether people want to admit it or not. While acknowledging that the public deserves answers and results, Delancey maintains that the corporation's hands are tied as they cannot do anything without getting the go-ahead from Mackenzie. We are very much prepared and willing to get this project underway within budget and on time, but we need our partners to meet us halfway, said Delancey. It cannot be that we're expected to act without the necessary approvals or financial support and then be blamed when things stall. The Negril fruits and vegetable market, which has long been regarded as a priority infrastructure project for the parish, is aimed at improving vendor facilities and boosting local commerce. Guys, thank you for watching. See you this evening at 6 p.m. for another news update.